Hi friends, we will now read one poem from the Manusmriti. We know that Manusmriti is a book which is a code of conduct. Manusmriti is called a Smriti Grantha. It is a code of conduct which is supposed to be very, very ancient. We do not know how ancient it is. And it contains several great shlokas about personal behavior, moral and ethical behavior, and about various other legal issues and social transactions and several things. So here this particular shloka is talking about a situation where a good work or bad work is done, and who has to have the responsibility for that. Suppose there is a good work, who is responsible for that? Suppose there is a bad work, who is responsible for that? So we know that in cases of good work, many people come and claim, yes, I have done. But in case of bad work, people will not claim. So it is like that. Success has got so many parents, and failure is something, it is a sort of illegitimate child. Failure is an orphan. That is what it is said. But then we have to fix the culpability, fix the liability. So in whether it is a good thing or a bad thing, who are all responsible for that? So this particular shloka tells a sort of judicial maxim, we can say. It is a sort of maxim which is also used in law even today. Let us read the shloka. Karta karayita chaiva prerakascha sukrute dushkrute chaiva chatvaras samabhaginaha. So there are certain activities, some simple activities. Some simple activities, there may not be more than one person involved, in the sense that suppose while coming to say the office, suppose I go to the temple and then pay some money, or I give some money to, I give some donation to some person. So that is some good act. Suddenly I have done it, has come to my mind, I have done it. So there is only one person who is involved. Or suddenly I pick up a quarrel, I beat somebody. So I am involved there. There may not be all situations may not be like that. There may be certain grave situations. There may be certain important things where there are several layers. Suppose there is a war. If there is a war, who is the man who actually fires the bullet? It is the soldier. The soldier is there, he is facing the enemy, and then he is firing the bullet. Then who is actually asking him to go? Somebody, the political leader, who has to give an order. And who guides this political leader? Whatever is that agency which is counseling, which is counseling the political leader, it gives a counsel. No, this is the situation, and then we have to now go and wage a war. We have to jolly well go and do this. So that is what somebody else has encouraged. And that thing has also been approved by somebody. So which means that there are four people here. The one who actually fires the bullet, the one who gives money to him, guns and ammunition, and then sends him to the field. So this is the number one. Number two, then somebody else who has given that plan and plan of action and all that guidance, etc. And also the final agency which gives a sort of approval, which gives a sort of legality, or which gives a sort of puts a stamp of legality or legitimacy on whatever has been done. So there are four types of people. So that is what is being described here. Karta, the actual doer. And then Karayita, the person who actually makes him go there and do that. Karayita, the person who makes him do that. Prerakaha, the one who has motivated, one who has given the whole plan of action, he has given the strategy. These are the people who do what is called strategic planning. Nowadays, in all governments or in all countries, there are what are called strategic analysis groups. There are people who do this strategic analysis. Okay, what is good for India? What should we do with China? What should we do with, Pakistan? So this is a strategy. So in America, places like America, they will be planning how to suppress this country, how to suppress that country. Their plan is basically, they have no threat anyway, but then they want to suppress everybody. So that is what they do. So their plan is like that. So the point is, there are so many levels. There is a person who is in the field, there is a person who is directing him immediately, there is a person who is giving the strategic planning. Suppose there is somebody like a Supreme Court or suppose some other authority which is giving all approval. So that is the last level. Anumodakaha. Anumodaka means who gives the approval. So there are four people: Karta, Karayita. Preraka is the person who motivates by giving the strategic planning. Anumodaka is the person who gives that legitimacy. So in all matters, whether it is good or bad, Sukrute, Dushkrute, Chaiva. Sukruta, suppose you have done a very great thing, very great thing for the country. In that great thing also, there is a person who is some field level, a person who is implementing your plan. Suppose you have visualized a great plan which is of great help to people. Somebody who is actually in the field. So he is only an instrument. Above him there is somebody else. Above him there is somebody else who has given all that planning. So all these things, all people, they get the credit. So there are different types of people who get credit for good thing. Similarly, there are also different levels of people who get blame, not credit, who have to be blamed, who are culpable. There is a word called culpable. So who are responsible, who are culpable for whatever is, the culpability is there at all four levels. Sukrute, Dushkrute Chaiva. And in fact, we come across, say, what is called war crimes trial. You might have heard about war crimes, etc. Suppose Second World War has taken place. Second World War, suppose in some place, in some country, the country has, say, tortured some people, say, let us say. So at that time, long after that whole thing is over, then the what is called some certain courts, say at the world level. So these courts, international courts, they hold a trial. They say, oh, this person is to be held responsible for those war crimes at that time. So long after a thing is done, then there can be some sort of trial and somebody can be fixed for all that. When the actual incident happened, maybe that man was a hero. So right now we are hearing about certain war crimes in Bangladesh. Bangladesh, when that Bangladesh was, came into existence at that time in 71, some people, they suppressed people. They suppressed, say, various, say, intellectuals and various citizens in Bangladesh. So such people are now being tried. So that is called war crimes trial. So it is somewhat like that. So whenever such big incidents happen, whether they are good or bad, in all good things also there is credit to be shared by so many people. In all bad things also there is the blame, culpability to be shared by different levels of people. Sukrute, Dushkrute Chaiva. Sukruta means something which is well done. Dushkruta is something which is badly done or evil, something which is bad, something which is detrimental in nature. Chatvaraha, four people, Samabhaginaha, they are equal partners. You can't find fault with the soldier who fired, you have to find fault with the top man who gave the order. So that is what it is. And all, of course, all four receive blame. In fact, even today, law is like that. Suppose somebody commits an offense, suppose you hire a person to commit an offense. The person who actually commits is blamed. The person who hires also is blamed. The person who is remotely connected to him, maybe who is an accomplice, who has given him a shelter, etc., who is hiding truth, such man also is to be blamed. So all these people, they become culpable. So let us read the shloka. Karta karayita chaiva prerakasyanumodakaha Sukrute Dushkrute Chaiva Chatvaras Samabhaginaha. Fine.